Hey Browns fans, Nathan Zagura here with a position review edition of the 2-Minute Drill brought to you by University Hospitals. And today we're going to take a look at the Browns quarterback room. Obviously, Deshaun Watson, he is the franchise, the face of the franchise, and the quarterback the Browns acquired and signed to that massive contract. Now, he was suspended for the first 11 games last year, but he came in, ended up starting the final 6 in those games. He went 3-3, and he threw for 1,102 yards with 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. But obviously, there was some rust. He hadn't played in 700 days when he made his Browns debut. And if you look at those first 4 games, in those games, 57% completions, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, averaged 25 yards a game on the ground. But if you look at the final 2 games, they were both playoff atmospheres, one for the Washington Commanders, one for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He completed 60% of his passes, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and added 75 yards rushing. So you could see him get better. And that second half against Washington, we all hope is a glimpse into what the future will be like with Deshaun Watson as the Browns starting quarterback. Now behind him, that's where the questions come up. Jacoby Brissett, who was so good for the Browns in his 11 starts, while the team went 4-7 in those games, certainly not his fault. He set career highs in basically every possible metric for a quarterback: completion percentage, yards per game, touchdown interception ratio, rating, all of it. He was spectacular, and he was an even better guy in the locker room, managing what was a very difficult situation. He certainly is beloved now after his time here in Cleveland, and I love that the Browns sent him off with a win, but he likely will not be back. Brissett is an unrestricted free agent and certainly showed enough in his time here with the Browns that he can be a winning quarterback in this league, and I would expect him to start somewhere else next year. Now, if that doesn't manifest itself, I know he would love to be back and the Browns would love to have him, but it's likely that Jacoby will be starting somewhere. So you've got Watson under contract, you've got Kellen Mond under contract as well. Mond was a former 3rd-round pick of the Minnesota Vikings who was released last year. The Browns claimed him. He was a 3rd-round pick in 2021 out of Texas A&M. So he's been in the system, and now the Browns had an opportunity to make a move at quarterback. They opted to let Josh Dobbs go, who had an excellent preseason for them, and keep Mond, so they obviously see something in the future with him, but it's likely the Browns will have to bring in another quarterback, whether it's through the draft or probably more a veteran quarterback to back up Deshaun Watson for the 2023 season. Heck, maybe even Josh Dobbs comes back. But look at this room. It's Watson, and then there are some question marks, and those will be addressed, and we'll have better answers to those as the offseason progresses. Free agency coming in March, the draft obviously coming later in the end of April. But that's a look at the quarterbacks. Look, it's Deshaun Watson's time. It's his team. He will be slated to play the full season for the first time as a Cleveland Brown, and in his 4 full seasons in the NFL, he is a 3-time Pro Bowler. He has once led the league in passing, and that's what the Browns are expecting from him, to get back to that form here with a full season of offseason work and getting into a full season with the brown and orange. This has been our quarterback position review edition of the 2-Minute Drill brought to you by University Hospitals.